needs to be done to solve the congestion problems in Perth.
Member's time has expired. I call on a seconder for this motion. Is there a seconder for the motion?
Yes. Second motion.
Okay, thank you. The question is that the motion be agreed to. I call the member for Tangney.
Thank you, Deputy Speaker. The gall and hypocrisy of the Labor Party, and in particular the member for Perth, is astounding. On this issue, she knows the actions to sell off earmarked lands at Fremantle prevented the highway from going from port to airport, as originally envisaged by the Stevenson and Hepburn report in 1955. I recall being on the Transport Committee and, quite frankly, asking the question, what analysis was conducted to recommend the deletion of Fremantle Eastern Bypass? The response was a state government decision. I reiterated the question, what analysis? It was a state government decision. In other words, politics writ large, no analysis. Since the deletion of Fremantle Eastern Bypass in 2004 from the Metropolitan Road Scheme, Leach Highway has become the default Perth freight link. The only planning the member for Perth did while State Minister for Planning was on how to buy more votes of Greenies from the loony left. The case for the Perth freight link is strong. Most significant of many reasons is the effect the Perth freight link will have in terms of community and road safety, road user safety. One of the statistics from City of Melville's document, Row 8 Melville's Position, the Facts, states crash rates on urban routes involving trucks. Now, this is significant. The metropolitan average is 5.4%. 5.4% of crashes with road users involve trucks. On Leach Highway, it's 11.1%. And on Kwinana Freeway and Roe Highway, that Spaghetti Junction that the former minister, now member for Perth, deliberately designed as a truncation which was going to cause problems, it's staggering, 31%. In Western Australia, the Liberal federal government is investing $4.7 billion over 5 years to build the roads of the 21st century. The extension of Roe Highway is something that I've campaigned long and hard on in the past, and this project is tremendously popular and important in my electorate of Tangney. The freight link will remove 500 trucks a day from Leach Highway by 2031, bypass 14 sets of traffic lights, improve access to Murdoch Activity Centre and Fiona Stanley Hospital, create 2,400 jobs. With specific reference to the member's motion, I note that Fremantle's harbour is forecast to, in the next decade, double to 1.2 million containers per annum. 20% of Western Australia's economy is linked to trade going in and out of Fremantle. Heavy vehicles and other road freight transport account for around 22% of traffic on key access routes to the Fremantle port inner harbour. This corridor turns over some $16 billion and employs 15,000 people and will double in the next 5 years. Both the export and import volumes through Fremantle Port will continue to grow for years to come. More trade, in particular more exports from WA, means more growth, more jobs and more opportunity for people in WA to get ahead. Without the Perth freight link, as a productivity-enhancing piece of strategic road infrastructure, this worsening congestion will increasingly act as a handbrake on our economy. Some people have suggested the Perth freight link will not be necessary once we build a second port further south. This is just wrong. Even when a second port is eventually built, it will complement, not replace, Fremantle Port. Also, the Perth freight link will contribute to more efficient freight movements, not just to Fremantle Port, but to any future second port as well. Indeed, the long overdue Roe Highway extension will also service any outer harbour in the future. Today, the member for Perth is campaigning against the strategic piece of road infrastructure in the same way that she campaigned against the construction of Northbridge Tunnel and Graham Farmer Freeway about 15 years ago. In the same way that she was not able to stop the North Bridge Tunnel, which today is used by more than 100,000 cars per day, she will not be able to stand in the way of Perth Freight Link project.
Member for Perth.
Same sad old story, and same member for Perth screaming out because she doesn't have any answers.